Hey, happy day to you all. Fighting Crypto here. Let's talk about things I like about Coti, whatever the hell we're calling it today. Crypto of the internet, right? So, there are several things I like about this crypto, and I want to just go ahead and briefly go over what those things are. There's definitely priority order in my mind. I am far from a maxi, by the way. This is one of my bags, and I will get into it very quickly. If you guys have seen a video about this from me before, you'll already know my big thing about it and what the main reason I'm in. But there's a lot of good things about this crypto that some people know, some people forgot. And I just kind of want to dive right in, talk about a few things of why I think Coti should be on your watch list at the very least. And also a little bit of timing. Most crypto, we don't actually know when they're going to boost, right? We understand that there's Bitcoin, there's Ethereum, there's large caps, and then it goes down smaller and smaller typically, and it appears to that way too. But there's certain crypto that we can have timed catalysts for. And there is I don't even want to say it's a very good chance. I think it's inevitable that come mid to late October, Coti's going to go in one direction, one or the other, pretty quickly, depending on an announcement. And we'll say that might be my first thing I talk about. It won't be the last. I won't hold that too much. You guys are in it. You already can guess. Digital Euro. So let's jump right into things I like about Coti. Let me know what you like about it. Put your favorite things down below because I'm sure you know things I'm not stating in this video. And let's get more word about it. Let people actually know that this can be a pretty damn good investment. Timing always matters. It's when you buy in, when you plan to sell. Let's talk about the project, shall we? So Coti's setting itself up pretty well to be like the privacy layer on Ethereum, right? Now the goal would be to be the main privacy Web3 for everything. Boy, it typically doesn't monopolize that way, but it is very big on Ethereum. And one of the biggest pros, I guess, for Coti right now is that it has been getting on multiple occasions verbal endorsements in large public frames by the co-founder of Ethereum. I'm gonna butcher it, but Vitalik Buterin. I know I just call him the like three times I've had to reference him in the past, but regardless, he's been majorly endorsing the whole garbled circuits concept of Coti and how it really is pretty damn good, to be honest. So, what garbled circuits is, by the way, real briefly, is with Coti, it's all about privacy, right? I mean, it does other things, but that's the main push is privacy. So, if I send you some money from my bank to yours, you and I can see everything that's in. We know the timestamp. We know what bank I had, what bank you had, the account numbers. If you know the bank, you know the routing numbers. And everyone who works at both of those banks can get all that information. And what the IRS can pull it up very easily. Coti's job is to make it so you can't, right? So if I send you money, only you and I know that stuff. The outside world can see that I sent you some stuff. That's it. Doesn't know time, doesn't know addresses, doesn't know if there was a middleman. Um, and privacy is a big deal. So what Garbled Circuits does is it pretty much is a very disorganized puzzle of cryptography and algorithms to where I don't know, garbled, I think is a great word for it. It mixes shit together to where we don't even fully have all the information, but we know the general answer. If you understand tech, go read the white papers and the description of it. It gets a lot better. But in short, it jumbles all the data together, sends out code to where most people can't understand the code. That's a big thing. And when you have someone that runs Ethereum talking about how good this is for privacy, that's a big deal. If he talks more about it at the right time, that even makes a larger impact. So having good old V on our side, always a plus. Another big thing is that their ecosystem, the partners, who they work with, and where you can buy it is pretty good, especially for like a smaller cap coin. Like actually, let me pull this up real quick. So I mean, the Cody ecosystem is pretty strong, right? I mean, this is kind of their bragging page as well, but it shows everything that's involved in some way with them. And this has actually grown a little bit since I looked last. It's been a couple of weeks. The Ethereum Alliance is a big one. The CBDC deal, they're officially working with the European Central Bank, right? They're on the trial for privacy. Awesome. We'll hear more about that by the end of this year. They helped with the shekel of Israel doing a trial run of that. So they already have the know-how of how to use CBDCs, which was a big reason they got picked up in the trial to begin with. They already have a couple of security banks, everything they're doing with AI, and you can try this on your own. Not for nothing, again, for a smaller cap coin, it's on all the exchanges that we need, right? We got Binance, we got Coinbase, we got Kraken, we got Mexi, got Gate.io. I trust that most of you guys can read, but the listings, it's easy to find. People can only buy something if they find it. So we're going into the large part of the bull run, and you can buy it on damn near every exchange, at least every trusted exchange. All right, I already kind of stated this one, right, guys? European Central Bank. This will be the largest booster, the most bullish thing, the best price action pusher we're going to have for Coti probably in the next 2 years. And I don't mean that we're going to hear about in the next 2 years. It's going to be something that continuously helps it on the next 2 years. No, it's not going to go like this, right? We know how things work, right? You've seen a chart before. But that's the big one. If Coti gets picked up officially to be used for privacy as the main or as a secondary for the digital euro, Coti set. It's just set, because then we'll have the hype that'll push it up for a bit. And then this is where the long-term holders, I presume, are really interested in, because now they know they have a long-term investment. And I don't currently plan on buying Coti in the bear market. I already have my plan set up. Once we're in the full hype of alt season and I start selling off a lot of my crypto, I'll do videos about my current and alterations to my bear plan. But if Coti does get officially picked up, and I will be much more likely to buy big ass bags of it in the bear market, because now we have a large utility for it that's going to keep price action going for years to come. And that's the big one we're looking for. And I got so excited when I heard that they were picked up for the digital euro trial. And there are competitors, FYI. I don't want you guys to go in this blind thinking they're on trial, they're going to get it. There's a couple of them. And, they've failed to be picked up by CBDCs before. They're just saying, hey, this is good, this works. But others have chosen other groups before. And we'll see what happens. I think there's a decent chance. I've asked AI several times what they think the statistical chance is, by the way. And I've asked a couple different AI systems. And I keep getting roughly 20%, for what that's worth. Where Quant, I keep asking for that, and I get somewhere between 40 and 60%. I'm convinced Quant will be in. But Coti, I think there's a good chance of it. Coti Earn, gamified incentive platform. And this can be a big deal. It's a whole new reward system that's going to be going for staking, for content creation, engagement. Not to mention, it's also coming with a bunch of grants and programs for onboarding hundreds of different developers for just use of AI tools to make it easier for people to hop in and to use Coti. Awesome. Because the bigger deal with this is all the secondary effects or the indirect implications, right? Of, let's say there's grants and more companies and projects can get on and use or be used by Coti. And the more people get to talk about it, because, hey, this is now on Coti, push it up. And I think this could be a very big media narrative driven view. And I'm expecting we're going to hear a little bit more about this sporadically, of hearing that there was a new AI tool developed that was developed for the use of Coti, right? And then every time we get one of those, it's going to be a pretty big jump. So I think this is a very exciting thing that I don't know when it's going to happen, but it's going to keep happening. And we're going to keep seeing progress and more building with it. Awesome stuff. So another one I wanted to briefly talk about is the community of Cody, right? The communities matter. Crypto is a popularity contest. That's it. Yes, we can break it down a lot more than that, but more people to buy, it goes up. The more people like it goes up. It's popularity. So having a strong community of people that talk about or in it or in discords and don't at all fight each other or kick other people out or curse at their moms and stuff like that always helps build up the reputation for a crypto. And when you see it talked about more on social media, it helps. Like this is the big thing that can make memes really stand out. Not the little shitcoin memes are like under 5 million market cap, and a lot of them are a lot smaller than that. Like ones that are more mainstream that are on exchanges that the average person will get to. Community really matters. And it's like that for all crypto, specifically for long term holders, which is where I think Cody does really well. There's a lot of people that are heavily invested, have been there for a long time, and plan to be there for a long time. Right? We can see this for a lot of the ones that have survived several bull markets. Right? H bar, XRP, they call themselves the freaking army. Right? I mean, it's barbarians, right? Or the over legends. And I'm sure a lot of other crypto I'm not into have their own form of it. That's community. And it really helps to have a strong one. And then lastly, again, full transparency. This is not what I dove in too much. I read about it, got an idea, and then I left with it. I just didn't dive deep into this one. Sorry, guys. If you're interested in this next part about partnerships with MetaMask, put down the comments below. I'll do a lot deeper dive into it and talk to you guys about it. It was just that I read enough that got me excited, like, oh, this could be a positive thing. And then I'm waiting to hear more news. And again, to hear it, I have to research it. I get it. Do your own research too. Right? But there's MetaMask Snap and other ecosystem expansions. Right. So there's very likely, I think it's now certain, integrations with MetaMask, Block Scout Explorer, and a couple different little private NFTs companies coming in, as well as a couple different partnerships with Codex for gaming. With all this happening, there's been a little bit more audits, and audits have passed with absolutely zero issues. So not only is there more dApps being developed with privacy security, and that there are more partners coming in, there's NFTs being made. MetaMask wants to start doing partnerships. They've been audited and everything looks in the clear. And everything should always be in the clear, by the way, right? Like every company should pass audits by the second time. I give the first time a pass just because auditors' jobs are to be fucking hell. But got passed right away, which means there weren't no issues. There's no fear. Privacy, they're doing well with it. It's working. So between different expansions, different partnerships, and some names are really starting to develop, not to mention this whole NFT thing. Great news. I'm expecting to hear a lot more about this down the road. So there you have it, guys. Those are my main thoughts on things that have me excited that are newer items for Coti. Now, tell me what you guys think. Is there something that I missed that you're really excited about it? Do you think I'm overplaying it? If so, you're probably the first person to tell me that. Do you think I'm underplaying how good Cody's going to do this round? What are your thoughts about the digital euro? And do you think it's going to follow suit a little bit further into the digital pound and a couple other aspects that I know they're working towards? Let me know down in the comments below. I'll see you guys a lot in the next couple of weeks. Chat soon. Peace.